I'll have a finished object by the time you get to me.
All right.
Just kidding, not really.
No, you might. Hi, and welcome to the Chronicles of Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's local yarn store. I'm Jen.
Amanda.
Kathleen.
Haley.
And we are the team from Yarnia, a yarn shop in Montclair, New Jersey. And if you guys have never joined us before, welcome. And hi to everybody who has watched us prior to this. So a little bit about the podcast. Amanda, you want to?
Sure. We're a podcast all about knitting, spinning, fiber, crochet, embroidery, weaving occasionally, making stuffy things sometimes, occasionally sewing if like one of us goes down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's true.
But mostly yarn, wool, fiber,
Yarn
other
as a lifestyle.
other fibers.
Anything you can do with yarn or
Yes.
and we'll extend it to like threads.
Yeah.
Threads are a kind of yarn.
All the yarn related things.
Yeah.
Especially because, as Jen said, we are a store. So one of the things we will talk about too is things that are new in store because we get very excited. We do use everything that we stock. It's funny, we used to say, a little more than a year ago when we had a much smaller space, we have to be so selective because we don't have a lot of room. We had great training for 3 years being so selective.
Yes.
And now, even though we have a lot more room, we're still really picky about what we carry.
Yeah.
And so we've tested all these things and we don't put them out to everyone until we're all happy with them.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the truth.
I've been doing inventory over the past 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and every time I do an inventory, like I do it by brand. Every time I do a brand, I have new project ideas
Yeah.
that I absolutely must cast on.
Yeah.
It's the downside of doing inventory is that you're like, oh,
You get to see everything you
I
touch
forgot
every-
about this.
Mm-hmm.
And we
I
take
should do that.
every color out, put it on the table, counting each one, and you see colors like mixed up and next to each other that you wouldn't
Definitely
really
get some
put- Oh my
inspiration.
goodness! I have
Yep.
so many good ideas.
So that is what we hope you'll come away with if
Yeah.
you're a newer listener. And big shout out to Knitty Natty who
Yes.
interviewed us, who has sent so many people to our podcast and to our store. We love you, Natalie. You're the best. and we're so happy with so many people that have found us through her. It's really nice.
Yes. So welcome to
So
everyone.
we know we've got a lot of newish listeners and viewers, and we hope you'll get inspiration and
Learn something too.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times we end up
Info and inspo. That was what the
perfect.
Yeah, that's where we are. We have a lot, of info,
Yes.
especially a lot from Jen, who is our master knitter and spinner. And
you can tell because sometimes
Haley, our master crocheter,
Yeah.
definitely. She's young. She looks young, but she has more experience than most people by far.
crochet projects this time.
Woo!
Yay. Good for you. So anyway, that is our kind of overall approach, and this is actually episode 55.
Wow.
We're coming to episode 55. So we'll talk a little bit later about a winner from episode 54, but we will be doing a drawing based on this episode too, because over the weekend we hit 1,000 viewers. Sorry, subscribers. Yes, I always say the wrong thing. 1,000 subscribers. Thank you.
So join the club.
Haley is my daughter, if you're wondering.
Yes,
That's why.
there's a relation.
Who joined the podcast team when she came home from college during the pandemic.
Yep.
So, and has been an essential part
happy to
since
have
then.
her.
Yeah, we are, to have her
Yeah.
perspective in many ways.
Totally.
So we usually kick off with talking about finished objects.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
I left Mew at home. I thought about it before I got here, and then somebody called me like as I was walking out the door, and I forgot Mew. I also forgot my coffee. So if I get a little testy toward the end of this podcast, there's a good reason.
Yeah.
So Mew will come next time.
Mew will
You'll-
come.
He will.
Yes.
He will be here eventually.
My mind is. We should move on to.
Yeah, we should move on, but I will put in one more little thing. If you are a Ravelry user, there is an Animal Crossing group on Ravelry. If this has at all been interesting to you, there is a group that...
You have a pattern that you...
I do have a pattern that I posed there. Did anyone want to test it? And a bunch of people did test it. Did I publish it? I might have published it. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I probably
not
didn't.
remember.
I'm so bad about that, but I did get good feedback. So maybe I'll
It's
post it
super
when
cute.
the hats come back in for.
Comment below if you're
Totally
interested.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Anyway,
back
on
to-
to
Well, you'll see this.
This was 15 minutes.
Honestly,
of
it felt
digression.
longer. Okay,
This
so
is where Amanda's
you'll have
editing
seen
skills
this. Yeah,
come in
it'll
handy.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were talking about finished objects.
This all started because we were talking about Mew, who's not here, but he will be here
Right.
next week.
That's
And
true.
We'll
Its
have
presence looks
more
like.
updates on Pokemon next week. And
If we're Pokestop by then.
Yes, if we were a Pokestop, we'll let you
I wonder
know.
how long that process takes. I'm going to find out.
Cool. Next, finished object. Not mine.
Not mine. Okay, mine. I have one. Look. I have one. So first off,
Oh, so pretty.
I realized I'm like
You found
jumping to the sock stuff. I had
Where were
lost
they?
Ollie's socks. They were underneath a sweater that I had put down, the summer sorrel. But not only were they underneath the sweater in the bag, they were underneath the pattern in the bag. So when I took the summer sorrel out and said, "Are they in here?" I said,
They're
"No,"
not in here.
until I looked underneath the paper because I'm an idiot.
Oh.
But I found them, and let me tell you the reason I found them
They're adorable.
is
I like
our new cat Hugo, new-ish cat, decided to chew on my brand new Chagu size 0 circular
No.
cord and chewed off the nylon because he is lucky he's cute, and I was like cursing him out like you wouldn't believe, and I was like, I gotta find my other pair.
Those.
So motivation.
Oh my gosh.
So you went through.
So I found my other zeros. These
progress.
are small because they're for
So
my 7-year-old
pretty.
Ollie,
Oh
and
my
I don't
God,
have
I
sock
love
blockers.
those.
So
I don't think Mom would fit
I'm
on
just gonna
there
go
anyway.
like that. They are
So cute.
little top down. Oops.
What's the yarn?
The yarn is like ancient stash I had, and it doesn't have
Such a pretty teal.
have a
It is.
label, but I think it may be like an old Cascade, maybe Heritage or something like that. Something that I don't even know. I mean, this yarn has got to be at least 12 years old. But it worked out really nicely.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a full ball, so that's why I figured this
Oh,
would be good.
perfect, yeah.
So 2x2 rib, eye of partridge heel
How
flap,
many stitches around did you do?
56.
Is it?
Really?
Maybe
You
not.
count the ribbing.
Maybe it's 48.
Yeah.
I started these a really long time ago.
Did you use DPNs? No, you
No,
didn't. You
I
said you
didn't.
magic loop.
I used 2 at a time, magic loop, top
my
down,
goodness.
socks.
I can see doing kid socks 2 at a time. I used to do 2 at a time, and then now it's like with adult socks, it's like too much. But kid socks, that would be like so quick.
It was fine. It was totally
Yeah.
fine.
Just
And
your rows are shorter too.
my standard toe, my standard heel, my standard boring vanilla socks. Although
So cute.
with ribbing, I realized how much I hate doing ribbing on the instep of the foot. Although I love how it makes the sock fit, especially
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a kid who needs
sucks
that
it in.
flexibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it drives me crazy making them.
Yeah.
So
It may or
Oh,
may
you don't
not.
like purling?
Probably
I hate
between
I don't like
52
curling
and 56.
yeah, maybe it's 54.
If I can count.
Wait, is
which-
54 divided by 4? No.
either. 56.
So it's probably 56.
probably 56.
I probably did 56. But they're
Cool.
on zeros, so that's why
Mhm.
they're super dense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the 2x2 rib all the way.
And the
It
2x2
really
rib,
sucks it in.
you're like, oh, this would fit your finger.
I know, it looks like one of
But
those
it
finger
stretches.
toys.
Yeah.
And he's a skinny mini, so.
Cool.
I look, I
Nice.
finished
So
my socks.
Yay, socks!
I threw out my destroyed pair of Chagus.
So sad.
Oh, wait, so they fit his foot length now.
They fit his foot length now.
Perfect. So
Yes.
see, now you get another year of wear of them.
Exactly.
Mm.
And I found my old Chagus and put my new socks on them, which you'll hear about in whips.
Cool.
Okay, go.
All right. So I'm going to first talk about a really old finished object. Which I don't know that I've ever worn this. If I did, it was like probably in our first
no.
Yeah,
10
early,
podcasts.
Maybe.
Is that
So
Did you do a crocheted edge on
it
this?
is
Citrus?
no, it is Madeline Tosh Sock Citrus, which I think we still have some of here. But this is probably 10 years old. This is the Damson shawl by Ysolda Teague. So as you can see, I have always loved orange.
This is a
Always.
I love this.
classic Tosh colorway.
It is,
really
it
is.
is. And I love this pattern. This is if you want a shawl that really fits on your shoulders, it kind of wraps around nicely and sits there and you don't have to wear a shawl pin with it. This is a
Yeah.
great one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's the edge is a little fussy.
It looks
You do
crocheted.
I know, you do a double yarn over and then you on one row and then when you come back you knit like 6 stitches in each of the double yarn overs, and that's what makes.
You could just
No, it's like a little island.
single crochet.
Yeah, it makes it into an island.
It looks like a single
Yeah, it does.
crochet.
It does.
Or I
Yeah.
could just crochet it.
So,
Really
Very cute.
so I was like, yeah. I said I haven't worn this in a while. I started a big closet purge, inspired by someone I know, and over the weekend, and basically it was easy to see this, and
Yeah.
I now have a little stack of like 15 summer tops on my shelf, and some others hanging up. And when I went to get dressed yesterday morning, I looked and I'm like, I'd be happy wearing any of this, which is the way it should be. It really
Yes.
is, right? Just
You should
do it. Purge.
Go to your closet and look at it and be able to see things that you want to wear as opposed to see all the things that you're like, ugh.
Yeah, and I even went so far as to, and Haley wasn't home on Sunday, I think, when I was doing this. You were having pancakes with Will and then watching True Detective, right? Because she was going to help me, and then I'm like, I'm going to do this by myself because I really need to do it.
If you keep waiting for the time to come,
It'll never happen.
Yeah, you just gotta do it.
So I thought maybe if I kind of give myself an allocation of a number of things for each category, that will help me, because I'm really very numbers oriented. I like to do things like that. And I started doing that, and then I was like, I don't even really need to do it this way. I'm just gonna, really. What was the podcast we were watching? Oh, Minimalist Mom. If it's not a yes, it's a no. I thought that was so helpful.
That
is
is so true.
Sometimes
That's so true.
you
It's
have
like
to
if
have
you're
the harsh. It seems like a harsh rule, but it breaks you out of the questions in your head of hesitation.
You're like, but what if I'll wear this again? Like, will you really?
Mm-hmm. So I do have a slight maybe category. I have one tub that's stuff that it may not fit me now, but if I stick with my goal that I'm trying to reach, it will. And I have a really hard time actually finding clothes that I like. I'm really picky about clothes, so that actually to me makes it more reasonable to keep some things even if they're not going to be worn at the moment.
Yeah.
But when I did my categories, I had hand knits unlimited because it's true. There was a point. Well, it's true. If I
I
made
feel
it,
about that sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like we all talk about our projects as if there's no end of projects that you're gonna make, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I've actually gotten really better about giving things away. Like I've made things and I've worn them, and to family members and things. Like no one that I've given something to, even if I've worn it a few times, says, "Oh, you're giving me a used thing." It's like you're giving me that shawl you made when you went to London.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's like they have history sometimes. So anyway, digressing within the digressing. So that's an old finished object. This is my only new finished object, which are
fun.
my little shorty socks that I did for
beautiful.
summer sock camp. I don't even know if I posted them in summer sock camp. On the
I
Crazy Sock
had a
Ladies
backlog of socks
Ravelry
to
yet.
post.
Oh, Haley has many socks, but this is the only pair that I finished. I had one of these done last time we were here, and I didn't have the light pink that's in between the gold and the dark pink, and I wasn't really happy with it, and also I wanted them to be a little longer, and so I ripped out that edging. I made the cuff a little bit longer too. I had stopped because I thought I didn't have enough yarn to make it. I was trying to use up as much as possible of the yarn because I love it. This is Spun Right Round Classic Sock, Combat Boots and Baby Doll Dresses, the main color. And then the toes and the heels and the cuffs are knitted with gumballs in various colors. So these are done. This was the main part is leftovers from my tidy socks, which I was amazed that I had that much left to do a shorty, but I did. So this is Spun Right Round Classic Sock in Combat Boots and Baby Doll Dresses, which we do still have in stock.
Yeah.
And then these are gumball minis from Knitted Wit, the toe, the heel, and the 3 colors on the cuff.
It's so perfect.
And if
for
you want to
that
see the
kind of
details, it's in my Ravelry project. I do have a project that's got all the colors in there.
I love the little pop of light pink.
I needed it. It was too harsh. It
I
was
was
too.
skeptical of the light pink last podcast, I have to say, and this is awesome. And
yes.
Thank you.
I can't.
It just looks so good.
It's so
I
good.
just looked at
You
it and I'm like,
knew.
I knew it needed something. I knew it needed.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
I love using the minis because I feel like you get so many yards with a fingering weight skein of 400 between 350, 400, whatever. That depending on how long you make your cuffs and how big your feet are, the ability to make a full size sock plus shorties when you extend it with the minis, and then you get the cute pops of color.
Yeah. It's
It
so
gets
fun.
it
It's
working
you can
easier.
play with it. You can
Yeah.
play with them,
Yeah.
which I enjoy the process of like putting together the colors and deciding what's going to work and what's not as much as any other part of it. I really do.
Yeah.
So
Did you need more than one mini for each color?
no,
Oh.
I
So
wound up, and that was part of it by doing the toes. I did the toes of both socks in one color, the heels of both socks in the other color. I had enough for, and there was not a lot left, but actually you will see later there's something else when I was really inspired by the whole, like use things up and don't just put these little tiny balls in stash.
Yeah.
You will see later.
Ooh,
So it was one and part of it, the sunshine I think was the last one we had.
Oh.
Raspberry milkshake may have been the last one we had of that. So I needed to be creative because there wasn't more available.
But sometimes you get the best things when you're forced to be
Exactly,
creative.
when you're forced to
Speaking
come
of
up with something else.
Little balls of things.
Mm-hmm.
Beth had mentioned says she's 21. She's turning 21
Really soon, right?
on Friday.
Oh my God! Happy birthday, Beth!
But yeah, this podcast will come out after her birthday. So I got her. She likes like mend and make do, that type of thing. Like the clothes she has, she loves and actually mends her wool socks and things like that. So I got the little Katrinkles mending tool.
Yes.
It's
the
like
weaving thing.
a weaving thing.
That was one of the things I made a note. I watched their business webinar yesterday. And
Right. Yeah. But I'm gonna go through part of that. I'm gonna go through my stash and put together like lots of little balls. So she'll have a good
she'll have
assortment.
choice. That's a really nice idea.
Pick what she. Oh, that's
I love
such
it.
a sweet,
Like
thoughtful.
visible mending type stuff.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
visible
And
mending.
one thing that Katie said yesterday and actually these jeans could use it. These capris I love to death. I've had them probably for 10 years, and literally the fabric is like wearing away. It's so sad. But she said if you use wool, it actually will felt and make like a denser patch, or it can if you use non-superwash.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that so clever? I
That's
never would have thought
smart,
about that. Yeah.
Very
So
smart.
anyway, just one
Tip
other
of the
thing to
day
think
for
about
y'all.
as you
There you
put
go.
together the package. What a sweet idea, though. I love that. That's
I
just,
love
and she's
that.
gonna love that. She's
Yeah.
gonna love that
She
so
will.
much.
That's my
Your granola girl.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's such
She
a
is,
she's such a
totally.
great in the best possible way.
Every time I
She's
knit
so
with
sweet.
Noro, she's like, I want that item. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you have any other finished objects?
I do not. That is my
Okay.
one truly finished. Haley, what
about
do you have?
Haley?
2.5 pairs of socks.
Oh my god.
And you should talk about what you're wearing, which we almost
Well,
we
I'll
almost
talk about
did
it.
as
I'll
a
talk about it with my whip because that's what
okay.
I wore.
Oh,
But
true.
yes,
That's right.
It is
That's
the
right.
Taylor Swift cardigan. It is.
That was a
So-
present from.
Yeah, Will got it for me for my birthday.
Oh,
So
he's
sweet.
such a good boy.
Yes.
I was gonna say, don't lose your stitches.
And that was before Evermore came out.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
Evermore
so
was
cool.
right
Yeah.
when.
Evermore was December, and my birthday's in November.
Oh, nice.
So,
Let's see those socks.
I'm still on my pace of a pair a week right now.
Hardcore
jealous.
pace.
Serious.
But one is a crochet sock, but
Cute.
I did it.
And it really fits nicely. It's very
I
nice.
really am happy with this pattern, and it's cotton, and it's still
Ooh.
Wow.
Which cotton
is
is
a
that?
good crochet
That's
sock.
Tutti Frutti.
It's Tutti Frutti. So this is my
This is the Fres.
third or
Strawberries.
fourth,
Mm-hmm.
third color in my Tutti Frutti collection.
That's
that I-
the Reggio Tutti Frutti cotton.
Yep.
which is very springy and stretchy.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like
really
regular
is.
cotton.
So this sock pattern is it's the Stitchery & Co. classic sock pattern. I'm very pleased with it. Very pleased.
Good. I know,
It
yeah,
looks great.
you've been looking for a good crochet sock pattern for a while.
Yeah.
So this is the winner, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
And
That's
I've been
great.
following. I found the pattern by following the designer on Instagram. I must have. She either came up on my explore page with the crochet socks or someone tagged her.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like
It looks
her
great.
vibe and stuff. Her Instagram is Allison Clark, which you'll find through her Etsy and all that.
Mm-hmm.
with
Very
the pattern.
nice.
But I'm really pleased. So I'm excited to do these with wool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they're good with cotton, they're gonna like stretch even
Yeah.
better,
They'll
like,
be
fit
more
even
springy.
better with wool.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
there's the
great.
pair. Ta-da!
You're
Alright.
one.
Yay.
All right.
One.
We'll take
So
those out
that's
of your
for
way.
me. And then I have a gift pair because all of the socks I made so far, except for smaller like 7-year-old
Children's
socks,
socks, yeah.
have been for me. because
Which is
selfish
fine.
knitting is
Just
good,
fine.
good for the soul.
Yeah.
You need the serotonin.
You do.
And so this is the first gift sock that I've made. Well, technically the second, but first adult gift sock that I made this summer for Will's mom, which her
Aw.
birthday is
Oh, nice.
Very soon. The
a
23rd
week
or
from
something.
Friday, because Will's birthday is Friday, and Will was born a week before his mom's birthday. So,
And this is like your kind
Will
of
and
plain
Jeff have the
vanilla
same
sock.
birthday.
yes, so this is my refined.
Oh, it is the same? Yeah,
The
yeah.
16th,
Friday.
right?
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny. And is it Chanel's birthday too, right? Or
Maybe.
maybe, remember?
August?
Is
Maybe
mine
Chanel's
on August 16th.
You're August 16th because your birthday is the same as my brother's birthday.
Oh, wow. So funny.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
I feel like Chanel is August.
Maybe. I remember when
Wow.
that day we went to a trunk show and things with Chanel
Oh, yeah,
and Beth.
yeah.
It was Beth's birthday, but maybe Chanel said my birthday's next month or something. I don't know. There was some kind of birthday connection there.
Something.
Birthday.
But anyway, so this is
So this is
plain vanilla
I've been refining my vanilla, my go-to, and actually I loved working with this ball. This is the October colorway.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I was wondering what colorway that
loved
is.
this
Bond,
color
yeah.
so
I've
much.
never
The
seen
pink
Bond
was
in this box.
so
oh, that's
fun.
super
'cause
nice.
It is 100% wool. It isn't
Mm-hmm.
an 80-20 or a 75-20, but it was so nice to work with. It was so speedy on the chow boots.
And we were partly, or you were partly convinced to do this because the crazy sock lady was
It's
doing a
super
sock
nice,
and
yeah.
bar, right? That was part
Or
of
yeah,
it. that
we both were
we
gonna
both were
start
saying,
a
because
sock
I
together.
do love ball yarn in general. I've used it a lot.
The
and
colors are spectacular.
But
And
part of it was
beautiful,
seeing how, some of the, and, different ones are dyed in different ways. This one's a little more, it's like kind of got
it's
sections
super
of
cute.
pooling, but some of them are more almost like,
micro stripes.
exactly, alternating rows of color and things.
Yeah.
And there was one that she was doing that I just loved, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. But I've got a couple of others queued before that. It's caked up, but
we were
I
gonna
didn't.
do bar socks
You
together.
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 And then
Jello would be
things
really cute.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's
I
a
forget
cute
which
color.
color. I did one of the ones of the month that just had all colors that I loved in it.
She
I
did pick this one out.
love how
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
so-
worked out.
It
Haley
is
gave-
such a nice fabric. So my
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your refined
is
vanilla?
10 rows of 1x1
Haley
twisted
does
rib.
not love the ribbing. Does not.
I
love
do it
sheep.
as long
as I can stand
I do it as long as I can stand it. Yeah.
I do at least 16 rows.
And this was a bit longer, but
I'm 15.
than
Ideally twisted rib.
I'll
Twisted
push
rib.
myself to
Wonder Woman
20,
twisted
but I
rib.
hate it.
yeah. And so, since she's not a knitter, she was like, yeah, like normal sock length. So I did, I believe, 50 or 60. Maybe I
Looks
did
like
do
50.
60
I don't know.
of leg, and then stockinette heel, and then
Is it stockinette or is it's not? Oh yeah, look at
No.
you.
Stockinette.
Wow.
because the
I thought it
slip
was
stitch
ribbed. Yeah.
hurts my hands.
Uh-huh.
And then,
Because you're working on 9-inch, you usually
Yeah,
do the Chowgu
yeah.
9-inch. Yeah.
and so for the gusset, I've started doing 2 plain rounds. After picking up the stitches, I do 2 plain rounds of just knitting before I do any decreases, and then do my first decrease, and then do 2 more plain rounds.
She's got a real plan here of exactly what she does. That's good. Well, you've been doing a set a week, so it makes sense.
Stretch it out a little bit. So the foot rounds are actually not that long. Between the last decrease of the gusset and the first decrease of the toe, it's really not that many inches.
Like 3 inches or 4
But-
inches maybe.
That's how I like them so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, that's good.
And you do a classic wedge toe.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
other
Mm-hmm.
decrease and then regular.
I like the rounded too. I like a little more.
I do similar to a classic wedge toe. Ollie's I did a classic wedge toe because I wanted a little bit of extra length. But for a classic wedge toe, you decrease every other round until you hit what, 10 or 8 or
Eight,
however
usually
many.
8 per,
8.
8 per needle.
Yeah.
For a rounded
16
toe,
total.
16 total.
Mhm.
For a rounded toe, I will do every other round, and then until half of the stitches are gone, and then every round I'll stop at 10 stitches,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll take the 2 edge stitches on
Mhm.
each needle, each
Mhm.
front, or each part of the toe, and I'll pull them over their neighbors so I don't get the dog ears.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I'm down to 8. on the last round, and then I'll decrease them away.
Nice.
Just depends on how pointy your foots are.
Yeah, so actually we haven't even talked about sock bingo yet.
My
this
round
episode.
are even different. They're Helen Stewart.
Oh,
Which are
what are your?
I thought, yeah, that was how
you'll
she
have
did
to-
it. Yeah.
she has some.
I guess it may
additional-
vary a little bit.
Yeah, she has. It's an even slower taper than every other.
Mm.
Yeah, sock bingo. When y'all got to me, I was going to talk about sock bingo.
Yes.
I
I don't have my board
not a
today.
plan.
I
I
made a
love
plan.
that.
Yeah, my board is in my. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
This is I didn't finish a sock, but I have a plan.
Do you want these for?
Sure.
So-
Yeah. Take that off.
If you don't know what sock bingo is, this is our contribution to the sock mania
Sock
that's
world.
sweeping the nation. Sweeping.
And particularly the interwebs.
Sweeping
Yeah.
the knitting podcast world.
Right. But I don't have time to finish things in a month. Definitely not in a week. I cannot. So ours lasts till the end of the year. So we've got 7 months. We're on the slow train.
Yeah, which is great. And
Slow
another
fashion.
important thing to know is double, triple, quadruple dipping is allowed.
Yeah,
Somebody
definitely.
tagged us in a post on Instagram yesterday. One of her friends was so excited because she was quadruple dipping. She was doing Crazy Sock Lady. She was doing
That's a bingo in
Knitty
its own.
Natty's Sock Week. She was doing like a July make along kind
Oh
of
my
thing,
gosh,
and
I
then some,
love
and like
it.
something else, and Christine Minimovius said, "You could quintuple dip. Do you know about sock bingo?"
Oh my gosh, I
It's true.
love that.
We do. We encourage all of the multiple dipping. It's all good. Hey, any prize you can qualify for,
More
go for
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your sock bingo cards, you can get them on shopyarnia.com. That's our website. I'll link the link directly to where these cards are down below. You just put it in your cart. It's a $0 item. You check out, and then you're able to download the PDF that has the board on the first page and all the rules on the second page, so you
Yep.
can do your own ticky-tickies.
And one thing that I will say, because this is actually starting
talk
to
about
come
the
up.
prize. Yeah.
Well, a couple of things. We're doing monthly drawings on Instagram and in the Ravelry group. Instagram, it's if you use the hashtag Yarnia Sock Bingo. And
Which is
Ravelry.
on the board.
Yeah, which
If your
is
ink
all the
doesn't
info
run
is
out on the
there.
bottom of the board.
All the info is there. But one quick thing that I do want to say, because I've heard this question from a couple of people. If this is an electronic item, why do you need my address? We need your address so we can send you prizes. So the first prize is, for anyone who completes a sock bingo, it is a progress keeper that we designed with Katrinkles that is on its way to us.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
When I was on the web thing with the Zoom yesterday with Katrinkles and a bunch of other stores, I said, well, when we get our current order, which is probably on its way to us, and they're like, we'll be ordering some more things. So we got a
So
bunch
exciting.
of those. We've ordered, I think 30 I did to start, because we didn't know how the reception would be. It's been fabulous. More than 100 people have downloaded the board. Yay! And it's all over the world, which is so fun. I love it when I see those addresses from everywhere.
I love that.
Anywhere in the world, you can play, you can participate, complete a sock bingo. We will send you the
That's
progress
a bingo.
keeper.
Not filling out the board.
It's
Diagonal?
It's a 5.
Down, across, bingo.
Plus
in a row.
doing 5 socks that you used to
Yeah.
5 items.
you completed.
Socks.
Yeah,
One
socks,
sock,
not pairs of
2
socks.
socks, 3 socks,
4 sock, 5 sock.
5
Yes.
socks.
It can be 2 pairs in 1. It can be 1 pair in 3. It can be 5 separate socks. Great opportunity to finish things if
The
you have
lump
second
sum.
sock syndrome. Excellent opportunity. As is Knitty Natty Sock Week, though that's going to be almost over by the time this is up.
Yeah.
But a lot of people. Haley and I did the cast on thing with
Sock
her
Week
on.
is so fun this year because she's full-time knitting vlogging.
Oh,
So she's doing events every day of this week. It's
So
so
fun.
much fun.
So
All
fun.
of her lives. So check out Knitty Natty's channel.
Yeah.
You'll be
I
able
gotta
to see
check out
all
her
of her
lives.
videos.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have to see her lives. I think I've seen the videos because we were on vacation. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, download the board. We actually had the first person complete a sock bingo and post on Ravelry last week or earlier this
Oh my
week.
gosh, congratulations.
So I have to check and make sure we have a complete address for her, but please do. That is why we're going to mail right through our system that takes in your info. So it makes it, you're going to get it because you give us your address, and it makes it really easy for us. Hopefully we'll be sending out dozens and dozens of these, and it'll just make
I
it really
hope
streamlined
so.
if we just export right from the system that you input the information into the postage system.
So that's first prize is for the bingo. But
So
then,
so we're doing monthly drawings. Last month's prize was choice of a sock needle from all the types we have available. So one person picked a Chowgo 9-inch, one person picked Flexi Flips. Actually, those I have to mail out today. The Chowgo went out yesterday. This month, we can talk about it. We can talk about it next time because we don't have time to do a whole lot of new in store today, and I don't know if we have it here.
It's right there.
It's right there. You want to grab some, Haley? It's the Jadifra Coton Effetto.
it's cool. I was looking at this before we
It's beautiful.
started.
Well, you know what? I know we got 9 of them. I don't know if there's any on back order because I can't imagine I wouldn't
There might
have
be.
ordered 10. Like, you know me, I like to always get things.
Unless that was the colors.
Yeah, unless there weren't.
Well, no, there's definitely one more because it's the one that the sample is in. We don't have that color.
Of
But
course.
I
Of course
love
not.
this color. Isn't that so pretty?
Yeah.
That's like the perfect
Look at
neutral.
that.
I liked the denim.
I love
The green
blue
is
pink
really
and
pretty.
the green.
The green. They're really nice heathered
I'll give you a
colors.
close up. Ooh, I like the box. I'll take a good close up picture.
Yeah,
of
the box looks great.
Thanks.
Nicely
Yeah,
done.
we've been switching all things around. I'm wondering. So it is 90% cotton, 10% poly, 330 meters, 200 grams. So it is fingering, but it's definitely on the heavy side of fingering.
Yeah, it's sort of similar in feel, and when we found that it's similar to the
red
fruity.
fruity. Yeah,
Yeah,
fruity,
it is.
fruity.
It's,
Yeah.
it's springy. It's not.
But I'm surprised I didn't take one of these home the other day because I really do love it. But I hope we can get the one that this is. But whatever, we have a lot in it. We do have a blue. We've got.
We'll keep you
I like
posted
blue.
about
Yeah.
that one.
And Amanda got these up on the website already.
Yes, it is.
So you can check them out. You can check out the colors online.
And it's $20 a ball. But you get a pair of socks out of that. So
Yeah.
Totally.
it's
And the
a great
experience of making the socks.
Yes.
And if you use it to fill out your Yarnia bingo board,
That's right.
you'll get more stuff.
Yep.
Right?
So-
Do we have a non-wool on there?
I don't know, but we can
We
put that
do.
on the second board.
But it'll
on the
hit
second
fingering
board,
weight
yeah.
yarn, and then you pick your choice and all of that fun stuff.
And then there is it would go for solid or tonal. I
Yes,
think.
I would say that's solid or tonal. Perfect. So check out the Yarnia sock bingo, and then
And the brand on this, if you are interested, it's Gedifra, Gedifra.
yes,
It's an Italian brand that has been around for a long time. We've carried a couple of different yarns, thank you, but from them over time. This is the one right now that we're carrying, and
Super
we
fun.
knew we had the Tutti Frutti, but we knew we were doing sock bingo. Thank you, and we wanted to have some additional options.
Yeah.
Because the Tutti Frutti is really fun. It does the striping, but if you want something more of an overall effect.
Or if you want to
The
do
coton
cables, that would be
effect,
really
too.
pretty with
That
cables.
would be
Ooh,
beautiful.
that
Well,
would be
yeah,
really pretty.
when we get
It's
into...
enough of a neutral to
Yeah.
have a design with the
Absolutely,
yarn,
yeah.
but also just vanilla.
hmm
So
All right.
Kelly, what is that one? I see her half.
Oh yeah, so you want to go back and do whips, but you know what? I hate to do this. We've got 30 minutes till
I know.
most of
We
you
can
guys
do
need
it.
to leave.
We
Don't
can
worry.
do
So
it.
We're
Whips.
whipping through our whips.
We're whips. So this is my half finished object. It's a pear.
For me.
Oh.
Isn't it so
Orange.
cute? I'm so happy she's making me socks. Yay!
Yay.
So this
Me and her
is-
mini socks in her life.
Installation 4 of the Tutti Frutti.
Yes.
I said I was gonna do it, and I'm doing it.
She's doing it. She
I
picked
love
out
it.
all those colors. She's doing it.
So I started this at the Knitty Natty cast-on party Sunday, 12 a.m. So
Saturday night into Sunday. So she did that in
What?
48 hours
And I
Holy.
finished it last night.
before midnight. Yeah.
I'm just looking at your.
And it's
Progress
the Summer
Keeper.
Sock Camp Progress Keeper. It's so
Love it.
cute.
Yeah.
So sock one done.
So you're halfway done.
So that's a faux / whip into the whip. So
It's
here
a good
I am.
transition. It's a segue.
And can you let me? I'll start setting up my stuff while you
Okay.
talk. Okay, here. I'll try to be quiet about it.
So I have this is the Taylor Swift cardigan
Mm-hmm.
from the Folklore album. I did not knit this. This
No.
was machine knit.
Though we
But-
did have an idea of doing a knit along for that. Remember, Amanda?
Yes.
That
I
was-
remember.
But I was so glad that Will gave it to her because it's like
I did see a couple people
Oh,
make
actually, I don't
something
need
similar,
these.
and I was
You
like,
could totally
should I
make it. That's
crochet?
That's totally doable.
Seam stitch
That-
and
but it's a
Yeah,
big,
it's
it's a
double
big
seam
cable
stitch,
sweater.
but
It's
it
like
is-
that's
it
a
is-
major.
That's a major project.
It
It's a
is,
big
and
project.
it's a gauge too. I mean, it wouldn't
It
go
is.
as long as
It
it
is.
was
Was
a
it
big.
worsted?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This may be
But
GK.
Yeah, I think that's worsted.
But it's at a pretty
guess.
loose gauge. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not knit dense.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. It's not on a 6.
It's like 4
True.
stitches to the inch.
It could be a DK on the
It may be
or it might
4 and
be
a half.
Yeah.
Worse than a 9.
It's,
I
I
mean-
guess it's worsted. Yeah.
This is the thing. I am
I think it's DK on this.
guarantee
Seven,
you
maybe.
there is a pattern that somebody
Oh yeah,
already
someone's
created
done it by now. Yeah.
on Ravelry or elsewhere for the folklore cardigan.
For sure.
For sure.
Look that up if you're interested.
Yeah.
I
So that's
might-
to say.
We'll put it down there. We'll
Yes,
see.
if
A lot
we
of times
find-
once
see if we
I
can
start
find
editing,
one.
I'm like, ooh, I have to find that. Right.
Yeah.
So if you remember, if you've been a watcher for a little bit, I did start a cotton cardigan because the problem was this is probably acrylic, and so I was like, for summer,
It's a little heavy. It's a little. Well, cables are
it's-
always warm.
it's
You know.
cloudy today. I am wearing shorts, but like it's a little. You
Much.
need to breathe. So I was like, cotton cardigan. So I love this designer, Cosmati. When
Oh
Jersey
yes,
accent
I
comes
linked
out.
her.
So
Hello, I linked her earlier.
I
Like,
love her. I feel like her vibe of her designs are like the epitome of like the direction that modern crochet design is going in. I
Nice.
love her stuff, and I don't know exactly when she started crocheting, but she's a fairly new designer. Like within the past 2 years, I love her stuff. So I started her cardigan, the Carolina cardigan, I think in March, and I just wasn't like, I got gauged, but I wasn't ever wanting to pick it up because it was like just not quite, the tension wasn't right, and I was like, ugh. But yesterday I had the epitome, which is along the lines of like our mindset shift of
Or
like,
epiphany.
what did I say?
Epitome.
My brain is lagging behind.
It's morning.
It is morning. Absolutely.
I just said epitome, so at least there's a reason.
Yes, there is a
There's a
reason.
reason.
There's a
Exactly.
connection there.
But yes, I had, like, with the mindset shifts of, like, if you aren't enjoying it 100%, and for a while I've had, like, with clothes at least, with, like, getting rid of clothes and buying clothes, if I'm not 100%, like, I want to put this on right now, I probably shouldn't get it, because if there's any doubt, that doubt is only going to grow when it's in your household, like, in your closet, because you're never going to reach for it to pick it up and wear it. So that can go transition
Flow
into
through to your projects that you're making.
If you're
Yeah,
not,
that's true.
if
That's
it's
a
sitting
good-
there for months and you're not ever wanting to pick it up, are you going to want to wear it after it's done? You know, you're not going to want to fight through that.
Very good
Yes.
question.
So when there's negative energy attached to it.
Well, not negative, but sometimes things are a slog, and it's so worth it at the end.
Yeah,
there's-
it depends.
There's nuance
I mean,
there.
it depends
There's
on
nuance.
why you're not doing it. You may not be
Yes.
doing it because you're doing a bunch of other projects.
I have like that baby baptism blanket.
Yes.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
But that's
bind
like,
off
that's like a long haul. You
was
yeah.
a slog. It
Mhm.
took me 5 months to do the bind off because it was like the little diamond
Oh my
border,
God.
applied
Yeah.
diamond lace bind off.
Yes.
Oh.
But there's a difference
It's worth
between
it.
something that is going to, when you knew looking at that when you started that bind off, you're like, this is going to be
It's a
worth it.
long-term project.
It's going to take me forever, and I'm going to want to die while I'm doing it, but in the end, it's going to be great.
gonna be
Yeah,
so
right.
happy.
As
the moment
opposed
it's done,
to,
it's gonna
like,
be amazing.
Yeah, like I have a stockinette sweater that I started for my mom seriously 25 years ago that is halfway done, not even halfway done, and I need to just rip it out.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
she and I are both like, meh.
Yeah.
I mean, in that
If you're
amount of
not
time,
feeling
too,
it. If
the
you don't
styles
want the
really
thing.
change, or, it's probably almost back again, right? But even
Oh,
so, it's like,
I mean, she dresses the same regardless. It doesn't matter. She's wearing like an LL Bean sweater and jeans and a polo shirt, and occasionally she and my dad will wear the exact same outfit down to the jeans and LL Bean sweater over the shoulders and a pink polo shirt with that they're
so funny.
they're hippie preppies is what they are.
I've seen pictures of your mom.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I can picture
100%.
her.
Hippie
Yeah.
preppies.
One time at Disney World, they came down. My dad came down a little bit later because he was just slower in getting up, and they came down and they were wearing the exact same outfit to the point where my dad had accidentally grabbed my mother's polo shirt, which, to be fair, is a men's LL Bean black polo shirt, and they were both wearing jeans and a women's and a men's LL Bean black polo shirt, and my mother, thankfully, was like, "Go change now." And I was like,
doing the twin wearing
please.
thing.
"Yes." Yeah, sorry, we digress.
So yes, there is the nuance there of like, you have to kind of introspectively for yourself determine why a project is.
Yes.
But
why
in
is
this
it
case,
lagging?
it was
In this
lagging
case,
because you knew you weren't quite happy
The first time I saw
with
this,
it. Yeah.
the picture of this cardigan, I was like, I must make this. I saw it when the first post she made about it. I was like, I need to make this.
She had
When
made it
is
and it wasn't a pattern yet,
She
right?
She hadn't
Yeah.
even done the tester call yet. So
Yeah.
I followed. I was like, the day it came out in February, this February, and I was like, I'm getting it. And so I knew I wanted to make it. It just like the way I had started it wasn't working out. But yesterday on the Instagram, I saw a cropped version that one of her testers had made. I was like, I'm doing that. So I
That's
went
what I need to
down
do.
2 hook sizes. I shortened it by 10 to 15 stitches.
We spent a half
And
hour
that's-
unraveling it last night.
Yes.
Oh, Jean and Haley and I all together.
Sometimes
Oh,
that's so
this
satisfying,
one.
though.
Yeah.
So I'm so much. So look how much I did last night. Just
Wow.
After
Unraveling
finishing-
and decreasing.
yes.
Yeah.
So this is. It looks a little short, but I measured it, and once with the cotton, with the stretch that cotton has, and with blocking and with wear, it'll be fine.
You'll be happy with
So
it. Mhm.
I'm pleased.
I
Good.
love that color combination. I know I say
Yeah,
that
it's so
every time I
pretty.
see
It's
it.
such a pretty color combination.
Yeah.
It's perfect, and
Yeah.
I'm so excited
Love
for
the
the
marling.
finished. I'm much happier with this, and it's like more uniform tension now. It's not
Yeah.
like it'll be good. So
You're not
I'm
wibbly wobbly.
pleased. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pleased with it.
I think
Right.
it'll be adorable
So-
as a cropped. Okay.
All right.
Any other
that's
whips?
I do have one, but I may save it for next time because there's lots of stuff to talk about.
Okay, yeah, let's do that then.
So
All right,
Kathleen's
so I will
whips.
go on. I have 2 sock whips, which I will do really quickly. This is my project bag I got for Shark
Oh,
Week.
I saw that
So
yesterday.
cute. Oh my
Adorable.
goodness. And this is Nanny's Crafty Attic, I think. It's on Etsy. If you go to Knitty Natty's
Shark Week
Shark Week, you know, what is the save things on
Document.
Instagram?
highlights.
Instagram. Her highlights, yes.
highlights.
I'm sure the shop is
Yeah.
linked there. So anyway, I wanted to support her. You know, we've been so happy to get to know her and all of her involvement.
Love her.
And so wanted to support her whole effort and the people she was supporting. So got this adorable bag. And
It's such a perfect size. I love how
it
cute
is. It's a
so
great.
cute.
It's a great
is a
sock bag
great-
because also it's soft. It's not like
Yeah.
sometimes
So you
sometimes
smush it.
you want a bag that's got a lot of structure and body. Sometimes you want a bag that really collapses down.
That
And this
itself
is
light,
and it's got a nice like tiny square bottom and everything. Perfect sock bag for
Then you can put
one
your
skein.
bags inside bags inside bags.
Exactly.
That is indeed what we do.
That's what we do.
Yeah. So I started the new Helen Stewart sock. I was so happy to see Scribbly Gum that
That
you know.
was
That's a
such.
cute name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Ooh.
You know, one of the things when I joined the Secret Sock Society this year, I was looking forward to one of those, you know, really beautifully patterned down the front and plain on the back and all of that. And every month as the socks, well, the Wild Bees is like that, but it's a different kind of pattern.
Yep.
She has a style that she does where it's, you know, like sort of like cables and different little things. Anyway, this is sort of what I was. Yeah, so I'm doing the Scribbly Gum, latest in the Helen Stewart Secret Sock Society.
Is that
In
pecan?
it is glazed pecan,
Ooh.
Tosh Socky glazed pecan, which I was so proud of myself.
Yeah.
Like usually when there's a sock I want to make, I come to the store and I pick out a new skein of yarn. But I bought this when we first got it in because I knew I would use it at some point.
Yeah.
So I was being really lazy that day, and I'm like, I have the perfect
I don't
yarn
have to
already
try
in
it.
my
Yes,
stash.
you do.
my house.
So
Glazed pecan. That's a classic color.
it
That's
really is, and it's such a me
beautiful.
color. I have when I was going through and purging my closet, I kept 2 turtlenecks in this color. So there you go. So these will definitely be worn this winter with those turtlenecks.
Well, as soon as you pulled it out, I was like, that is 100% Kathleen's color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
100%.
So, and it's so funny, you know, most people either gravitate, if you're doing something lacy, people either gravitate toward the words or toward the chart.
Yeah.
And when I printed this out, I neglected to pay attention to the part that said, page 28 is the chart. So I had my whole size printed out. Definitely check out Helen Stewart sock patterns if you haven't before. If you like to check things off row by row, the way she's got it set up is so great. but I am definitely a chart person and not a word person.
Yeah.
And I did the first repeat using the words, and I was cursing.
Yeah, you were sewing.
Yeah.
I was just, so basically, and I don't even know why I didn't. I should have gotten up and just printed out the chart at night, but anyway, I did it the next morning, so I ripped back to the ribbing and I restarted it, and I did 2 repeats of the chart yesterday.
Yeah.
So now it's going really
It
well.
makes a big
Reading,
difference.
people. Reading is fundamental.
And you know, the other thing is, like, do what works for you. I mean,
Yeah.
we have people come into the store every day that say, well, not so much now, but, you know, when we're doing our classes and things, you know, or group classes, some people are like diehard chart people, and some people are like diehard word people, and you know, some people are somewhere in between. I totally encourage you to try a chart if you haven't tried it.
Yeah.
Because, especially for something like this, and I'll take a picture, and, you know, we probably won't have time for you to take pictures today, but I'll send a picture of this. You know, basically, the chart looks like what you're getting.
Yeah.
So, like, from that perspective, you can really tell quickly whether you're on track or not with it. So, you know, there's something really sort of, to me, comforting about... I even took my allergy medicine early this morning, hopefully not to be false.
Because it rained yesterday.
I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just encourage you to try charts. You know, give them a chance.
Yeah.
It can be such a, you know, it goes quickly too. That's the thing. The amount of time I did 2 repeats of the chart in the time it took me to do 1 repeat of the words. I'm sure.
And
I'm sure, if not more. And I did it successfully.
Yeah. And this is the thing. Patterns that give both chart and written directions are great for first-time chart users.
Exactly.
Because you can compare the two, and you can look at the chart, and that's kind of what I...
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know, when we're teaching in classes and stuff where people are like, ugh, the chart scares me. It's like,
it's just another
very
tool.
straightforward, and there are some people who can look at a chart and just do it, and there are other people like me. I strongly prefer charts too, but what a chart does for me is I look at each square and I say, okay, knit, okay, purl, okay, yarn over.
Yep.
2 together. Like it's a shorthand that's translating out your written directions in a way that is both visual and that. So you shouldn't just look at it and be like, "Oh, I'm expected to know what that means." Like, no, say it to yourself over in your head.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do as well.
Exactly, and that's how you get into the swing.
Even for the cables, like there are mini cables on this. I don't even have to look and see whether it's left cross or right cross. By looking at the symbol for the cable, I'm like, okay, the first stitch goes to the back. Okay, the first stitch goes to the front. It just makes it so much quicker.
It's a pictorial representation of what your knitting will look like in the end. And that's also why, like, if you ever have come in for help time or something like that, or you've gone to somewhere else for help time and you're wondering, like, well, why is the person able to know exactly where I am and to see where I've messed up or screwed up or a stitch hopped off the needle or whatever? And it's because I always want to look at the chart and see, compare it to your actual knitting or your actual piece, and say, oh, there's supposed to be a yarn over there.
Right.
See where I see that?
It's literally,
that circle?
yeah, it's literally a drawn representation of what you're making.
Exactly.
So one other quick thing that I, you know, was thinking about. This is an 8-row chart, and one of my tips for you know, using a row counter like this, I need to do this 8-row repeat 8 times. So it's really nice because it's only, you know, it's a single digit. So on the first round, I had 1 for round 1 of my, you know, 1 through 8, and now I'm on 2 of 8, and actually I'm 2 7 right now. So then I'll increment it to 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4.
So you use the tens row to
for
keep
which repeat you're on.
such a clever idea.
So it's literally at this point, the only thing I need with me is this one little piece of paper. I don't need any of the rest of the instructions. It makes it super portable.
That's great.
So, I said I would be quick. All right. That's that one. This one I am going to be super quick. I just had to do another plain vanilla sock.
Oh,
this is...
what color is that?
This is Papa Wheelie. Isn't it so pretty?
Beautiful.
Yes.
Spun right round, classic sock.
I love
oh my
twisted
goodness.
in the spun right round.
One by one twisted rib, I really do love so much. I mean, I've used it before. Isn't it so pretty?
Yes.
And this is going to go... One thing I realized about socks I've made in the past that I didn't wear a lot, I don't like things that are too light. I don't know, maybe it's just like the whole idea of like white socks with jeans and how awful that can look. Unless it's what you want to do. Yeah, so I like darker socks. So this is perfect. It doesn't even look that dark in the skein.
No.
But once you knit it up, it's just like the darks kind of take
It's
over
that
in a good way.
background.
Yeah,
Really
so
love it.
That's pretty.
So that
and it has
is
peach and brown,
gold,
Teal.
teal. Yeah, I know.
I love the teal.
I was thinking of you, Jen. I said
know,
I knew you
it's
would like
I
that.
love that color.
So that is that one, and this is the cutest little bag.
Favorite
This
bag
is
ever.
Oh, really?
So crazy craft.
this is Vera.
Vita.
Vita from SewCrazyCrafter, who we've been on a couple of different, things between Crazy Sock Lady and Knitty Natty and everything. Or that whole sock club. She makes the cutest bags. Check out her shop on Etsy. It is SewCrazyCrafter.
They're
she does
adorable.
Really
she
cute.
does, releases every now and then, once a month or so.
You probably should follow her Instagram.
Follow her.
for
She
updates
makes
on
the cutest things. So well made. Really,
so
when you
cute.
consider the quality, super reasonably priced for the
Worth
quality that you're getting.
Yeah.
She
Um,
also did the summer sock camp.
That's where
She was-
we first got a bag from her for summer sock camp.
But
But
this is embroidered.
she does machine embroidery.
it's
That's
beautiful.
one of her
Wow.
things. She does these great designs with machine embroidery. So darn cute. Like every
So
time I
cute.
pick this thing up, I smile so hard
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
just
Love
the
it.
cutest thing. All right, and then last thing, and I really was hoping to have this done, except I kind of got sucked into the socks. And also,
That's
this
the
is
worst.
my rocket tee.
Look how much you've got done.
I know.
That's
It is
so
so
nice.
far.
Oh,
That
This
is
is
all
so
perfect
I'm
together.
so happy with it. I'm so happy with
this
it.
looks adorable.
It was
I
one
really
of those
like this.
things
and
like
it's wearable.
perfect.
so
Yeah.
that's why I want to finish it so I can
Yeah.
actually wear it. So this is Noro Kakagori.
Cute.
Summer yarn. That means what? Shaved ice? Did we say last time?
Yeah,
Something like
that's
that,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
Shaved ice.
It deserves.
And then I'm also working with LRA Denim DK. Got my little skein coat.
Love it.
And this, I still had some yarn barf even with the skein coat, but actually I found it just even wrapping it
good.
around, it still
Yeah.
makes it feed
So
off easily.
nice.
So, so close to done on this. I'm at about 10 inches, I think. I'm going to 13.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do a little bit of a split hem.
I think
I
that would
love
be so
the,
cute.
like,
You love the split hem.
I love the split hem. I love the little bit longer in the back. I just like the way it looks. I just think it's kind of cute. So I'm going to have to play with that a little bit. But yeah, I'm so excited. I love these colors together. And this is such a fun pattern. Last
That's
really
all right.
quick thing. Really quick thing. As I said when I was showing you my my little Frankenstein socks of all the different things, I'm using all these scraps, right? And I'm like, I don't really want to make scrappy socks. I mean, we do have plans to make striped socks with the Spun Right Round
minis.
mini sets, which maybe by next time we'll show that.
Mark's final.
But I decided
How pretty.
I want to make a big granny square blanket.
I love it.
And one
That's
of the
really pretty.
one
with
of the things
with the sock scraps.
with my sock scraps, exactly. But it's funny because I've been thinking we are doing Advents this year. We ordered Advents. Actually,
From
we
Yarn
made Jean
Cafe
really
page.
happy because we both picked out our own birthday presents and we ordered them for ourselves because my birthday,
Awesome.
Haley's birthday's end in November, my birthday's mid-December. So perfect time to get Advents, right?
Yeah,
so I'm going to
perfect.
get
That
a
should
little bit early.
be your gift to Jean.
Yes.
Well, he's really happy. He's always like, I don't know what to get you guys. And we're like,
Aw.
we got it under control. We ordered it. But with that, I want to do a granny square blanket. Again, inspired by Knitty Natty. She does, with her mini, she does one granny square a day. But what I want to do is do like another color with it. So I'll make it kind of like a patchwork. And this is Manos Allegria in the crema colorway.
Yeah.
I love
So-
that crema.
And it's funny, I was going to do natural at first, but I decided to go with this.
I
And
like the
I
crema
like-
because it's a nice
it-
off-white.
it's got a little more, it's going to help balance out some of these really strong colors, I think, in a way that the
Natural is
white is
short.
going to make it brighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the natural.
so that's what your
So
knitting
basically,
went to.
that's what, instead of having these tiny little nothing balls, I started my little thing. And I don't know how big it's going to get. I'm just going to go for a while. Isn't that so
I
fun?
love it. I love crochet fingering. Like it's
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
a good
I don't think I've ever done
rate.
anything with crochet fingering before.
This is so cute.
So fun. So this is leftovers from that sock. The Sunshine Bashful is the pink. This is from other socks that I made recently.
Mm-hmm.
This is some of the combo boots and baby doll dresses, which there might be a little bit left. I decided I didn't want to do more than a row of any color, certainly
Yeah.
because as I get bigger, I'm not going to be able to do that. They're going to be, parts
So you're just
of
going to
rows.
keep going around.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm going
One
to make
row.
one giant granny square, which I love that look. I think
I
that's
do.
really
I do
kind of
too.
fun.
Yeah.
I
And
think it's
also,
such a
no
modern
seams. No seams.
No, yeah.
No sewing up at the
You
ends.
can
So,
just crochet
right now I've got
at the
6
end.
rows of color and then 1 row of my neutral. And
Okay.
I'm amazed. Like, I used almost nothing for this. This thing is probably going to wind up being giant. So, and who
And
knows, I may
huge.
wind up doing,
Excellent.
like, I may do squared to a certain point and then do the ends, like do granny stripes
Oh.
at the ends. We'll see. We will see as it goes.
Like
But
cabinets.
Yeah.
very happy. And using my Go Knit bag. So this is nice
That's
and
a
light,
good
weighs
blanket.
nothing, and I can
Good
throw stuff
blanket
in
bag.
there.
Plus, you can
It'll be
then when you're
perfect.
done with your socks, you can just throw your mini in there and
Yeah.
literally just like pull.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So
Clever.
that's all of my whips.
Nice.
All my active whips.
I only have 2 whips. Well, I have more whips, but I only brought 2 whips because
I don't think I'm gonna have time to talk about it.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
no.
I mean, remember, we've got
Mine
8
will be
minutes.
super duper quick though because I have a pair of socks. Look at this.
That's so pretty.
I did toe up socks. I'm doing magic loop. I'm pushing myself out. I did not do my standard heel flap heel. I am out of my box.
Wow.
And I
So
normally
pretty.
do vanilla, but in this case I wanted to do something because this yarn is West Yorkshire Spinners.
Oh, yes,
This
yes.
is Peony 800 in the Florist color group, and I actually really love how this is knitting up. It's similar to Regia and Opal in that it is pretty durable and
It's very durable.
It's
I've
very-
used it before
yeah.
on
And
heels and toes for some of my.
what is it? It's 75-25, 75 wool, 25 nylon. And this is
But
kind of like
35% BFL. And
35%
that wool,
BFL.
Ah.
it's 35% BFL, so.
And feeling it in the skin, it's very soft, and it's
Mhm.
actually very soft underfoot too, especially for these kind of like hard-working.
That's what I
Not
noticed when I
hand-dyed.
was working with it. It feels strong but soft.
Yes.
Definitely.
And since it's got this pretty little space dye going on, I decided to do a pattern on the instep to the body, and I took the patterning from, I want to say it's Soda Water by Yucca, but that is a free pattern. Yes, Soda Water by Yucca, which is just a simple little eyelet pattern.
It's really pretty.
I love
It's
it.
nice.
And then I did a Fleagle
Aha,
heel.
you did the fleagle. Cool.
So I did the Fleagle, the toe up Fleagle, where you increase on either side of your sole needle, and then you essentially turn a heel just the way I normally do for a heel flap sock. And it's a bigger turn. So I actually really like how this fits so far. It definitely pulls on my instep a little bit, but I've yet to find a toe up heel that doesn't.
Mhm.
So I'm working my way through that.
I'm definitely going to have to do a fleagle after this.
I really liked it because it was no gapping. There were short rows, but the way you close the short rows up is the same way you do when you're doing a standard heel flap and gusset, where it's like a knit two together or a slip slip knit or a purl two together, kind of over the gap of the turn. And I really liked that because a standard short row heel is too shallow for my heel and my instep. Fleagle is a little bit deeper. It's still not quite deep enough, but I'm going to play around with some afterthought heels to see if I can find the perfect afterthought heel. Seisha and I have been talking about the perfect afterthought heel.
Ah, good. I have plans too.
Plans. And then I have my
So
tangle
pretty.
of needles, which is the Aliso Creek top.
So pretty.
I am holding it backwards. There we go.
By
Vera
earring.
Irina.
So
Amanda will put it down below.
it's down there.
It's down there. It's linked. So this is our summer sweater class. I have finished the ribbing on one of the sleeves. I could
So
not
pretty.
find my tapestry needle, so I couldn't do the
Oh,
tubular
no.
bind off. But I'll be doing that.
Is
So
the
what?
tubular bind off in the pattern?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. Tubular bind off, tubular cast on are both
It's so
in the
pretty
pattern.
with that neckline. It really is.
Yeah, it works.
It adds so much to it, I think.
Yeah. So right now I'm in the stockinette portion, but because I'm making this slightly cropped and need to be a little bit conservative on my yarn use, because I only have so much and we don't have more of this particular colorway, I'm doing my sleeve ribbing first, and then I'm just going to work the body
Use
until
them.
the body's in.
And
All
that's
right,
your
so you
summer
run out of
sweater
yarn.
class.
That is my summer sweater class, which has just wrapped up. I am also not finished, so don't worry, students. We'll
Yeah.
be fine. But we're through the hardest part, which is the sleeve divide and the yoke, and the rest is stockinette.
Right.
I'm just going to point out, I have it in my Black Pearl Magic bag, and I have my socks in my Peapod Threads bag.
So your next sweater class will be in the fall, right?
My next sweater class will be in the fall. I've had a request for cables. I've had a request for steeks, but not fingering weight steeks because that's too much.
Yeah.
We tried that, and it was gorgeous. But they're like,
but it's a lot of knitting. Yeah.
If you guys have any ideas of what subjects, what kind of like sweater to be made, comment down below, please, because
well,
decisions are hard.
And also, as you know, you've been doing the class on Zoom. Who knows? It might be hybrid next time. So
might be hybrid.
Even if you're not right near Montclair, New Jersey, you might be able to join Jen's class in the fall.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I was just thinking, steek, you don't necessarily have to cut down the whole thing. You could do like a V-neck.
Yeah.
Steek
the neck.
V-neck. Yeah.
Or
the
the sleeves.
The sleeves,
Yeah,
the way the
sleeves
Norwegian
or something
sweaters
like
do.
that.
Yeah.
Those flat. Yeah.
We could figure that out. Anyway, that's my whips.
Nice.
Amanda, what's your whip?
Well, so I am still working on, I'm not going to tell you about my whips. Tune in next time for Amanda's sweater updates because I have.
And next time we start with Amanda.
Yes.
Amanda will not, but we'll have to mix it up because Amanda will not have finished objects because I'm making 2 sweaters for my parents. So I finished all the swatches, all the sizing. I've cast on for my mom's.
Yay.
I also have a colorwork vest that I'm working on that I am ready to show you again. So tune in next time. I'm not even going to show these guys. They don't hear it. So, whatever.
Now we're all like,
I know.
I want to know.
So I showed you this last time. I'm still working on my Helen Stewart picnic blanket socks. I did turn the heel on last week's knit night. So that's great. I was actually using knit night as a trial because it's a 2-hour knit night from 7 to 9 on Wednesday nights. You can join us by Zoom or in person here from 6 to 8. But sign-ups for that are on Mondays. All the information for that's on our website under events.
Yep, so every Monday we open the spots for that Wednesday. And we
Right.
almost sold out yesterday.
Yeah.
We almost filled up for this week. So it's going to ebb and flow, especially through the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no limit on the Zoom knit
There's no
night.
limit on Zoom.
And we love to, it's a great way for us to meet, you podcast watchers and followers. And
Yeah.
we love it. It's
Anyone
fun.
who's not local, hop on.
So I used Zoom last week to try it out because I'm hosting a knit-along in August for Plain Vanilla Socks. If you're doing sock bingo, Plain Vanilla Socks is one, top-down socks is another item on the chart, fingering weight yarn is another item on the chart, and you can check all of those off with the Helen Stewart's Simply Curious sock, which is what I'm hosting a knit-along for in August. It'll be in 3 installments, August 2nd, August 16th, August 30th, which are all Monday nights, and I'm doing sort of a virtual, sort of Zoom.
Live virtual hybrid.
Live virtual hybrid. So we'll be live in the store for anybody who wants to come and knit along in the store. I'll also simultaneously have a Zoom broadcast for anyone who would like to join us by Zoom. So knit-alongs are not classes. Results not guaranteed. But
Though class results aren't always guaranteed either.
Most people in our knit-alongs, I mean, they're great. It's a great way to get support and to learn new things and to meet some new friends.
Yep.
And they're free.
So the first one I'll be casting on and showing you how I, cast on my socks. I use double points.
If I'm there for that one, I'll show you how to do it on Magic Loop.
Yeah. So we'll cast on there. And I was trying out a heel turn to see how long it took me to turn a heel. And I finished the heel turn in 2 hours, but that's a little too slow for a knit-along Zoom. So I said I'm going to do it Martha Stewart style, where it's like, and here we mixed everything up and we put it in the oven, and look, it comes out.
Yeah.
We have multiple stages.
Right. So on the Zoom for that second August 16th one, I'll start the heel flap. And we'll get a good ways in the heel flap, and then I'll take my other sock, which the heel flap will be done, and show you how to turn it, which I can definitely turn and get these few stitches done, and then we'll talk about picking up at the end of that. So that second one on August 16th will probably be the most content rich, because that's turning the heel for a heel flap and gusset sock, the way that Helen Stewart's pattern is written.
Yeah.
Also, knit-alongs are free. You can sign up. It's already up on our website. The link will be down below.
That's
One thing I was thinking, we might want people to indicate if they're planning to be here in person, just we don't want to be over capacity.
Yep.
So, I don't know whether we can add something to, we've got a few people signed up already. So
Yeah, we do.
I might just email them and ask if they,
I'll add that to the...
An option.
Yes.
and not that people can't do both, but just if we know certain people are always planning on being here in person, we just don't want to be oversubscribed.
Yep. Or we'll move it to a different location. We'll go sit in a huge circle in a park nearby because we've got plenty of parks.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Bring your own fan to clip on your chair.
But on a nice summer eve, like
That could be lovely.
That could
Yeah.
be so nice.
Sounds really nice.
Okay, so that's all I will show you today.
Oh, she's like a tease with her.
I am.
teasing us about
It's like all of her options.
I just
and
watched
her
the-
sweaters.
I just watched season 1 finale of Star Trek Enterprise, and it's like everything gets tied up, and then it's but something new
Except
for
for
next
this,
season.
except for
Right?
this,
That's right.
So you've had the tied up, and then the like. Watch next one.
Watch next time to
Your
see
scenes.
what sweaters I'm knitting for my parents
That's
and
right.
what changes there have been since I told you about it last time.
Sure.
Hit the subscribe bell
That's
Yes,
right.
don't forget to subscribe.
so you
So-
don't miss it.
So just remember to like and subscribe down below. Hit the little alarm bell, and follow us on Instagram, Shop Yarnia, Facebook, Shop Yarn. Everything is Shop Yarnia. Everything is Shop Yarnia.
Mhm.
Ravelry, Shop Yarnia.
on all the socials.
On all of the socials. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Hello, here we are.
Hi, it's Kathleen and Haley back.
I feel like a news anchor.
I know, really. Through the magic of editing, we got to the end of the podcast, and Jen and Amanda both needed to leave, and we realized
We ran out of time.
we had not talked about our winners for last episode, for episode 54, which was the skein coats.
Two
Giving
winners.
2 winners for a skein coat of your choice from what we have in stock at the time that you respond to us. So our 2 winners that we drew randomly from our comments on the last podcast, and thank you also everyone for so many great suggestions of podcasts to watch.
Very
We
excited.
have checked out quite a few of them. Love Earth Tones Girls especially. She's great. A couple of people mentioned her. And my favorite is Woolly Witchcraft, who is a new knitter from Scotland. She reminds me of my friend Elaine, who's also a knitter. It's nice to hear that Glasgow accent. So anyway, just thank you for all the suggestions. Thank you for all the podcast love. And our 2 winners of skein coats are Angelina Tharp and Samantha Graham. So Angelina and Samantha, contact us at hello@shopyarnia.com and let us know, take a look online on Shop Yarnia and look at our skein coats and let us know which ones you'd like, and we'll get those right out to you. Or I know, Sam, you're local, you might want to stop in. It's up to you. We'll mail it, or you can pop in, whenever you like. And Angelina, you may be local too, I don't know. So let us know where you live and we can ship it or we can hold it for you. All right, so for our giveaway, our 1K giveaway, again, we are so grateful and thankful for
you, guys.
everyone watching and letting other folks know about us. We are giving away $100 worth of yarn from Yarnia. So for our 1K giveaway, we're so amazed and thankful to be at 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching and for sharing the love.
It was so much fun watching it.
Watching that number inch up. We are giving away $100 worth of yarn from Yarnia to a YouTube subscriber anywhere in the world. And here is how we're going to do it. We're going to run the contest mainly through Instagram. Please do feel free also to comment on YouTube. And actually, maybe what we'll do is a YouTube comment. If you have the same name on Instagram and YouTube, a YouTube comment will get you an extra entry. But what we're doing is follow us on, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram. Let us know what your favorite weight of yarn to knit or crochet with is. That's something that we'd like to know as we think about stocking for the fall. And
on the Instagram post.
Yeah, on Instagram we'll
It'll have all the Instagram post will have all of this information.
All
as
of
well.
the details. And basically, if you can tag friends, every friend that you tag gets you an extra entry as well.
Every comment.
So exactly. Comment in separate comments. It makes it much easier. And actually, that way you get credit for the individual comments as well. That's how we We do random number generator, and we pick based on the number that, comes up. We count through the comments. So, so that is basically it. Anywhere in the world, we will ship it to you. Yarn is not too heavy. That's why we're doing yarn, and hey, yarn is our specialty. So, so $100, U.S. value of yarn. You can check out what we carry. Yeah, pick your skeins, and we will ship them off to you. And we're so excited to have hit 1,000 subscribers.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to continuing to podcast, this year and beyond. So, thank you.
It's so much fun.
It is so much fun. As you can tell, we never stop talking. So, all right, take
digress.
care. Yes, as we digress. All right, have a great
you.
rest of your day, everyone, and we will talk with you again soon.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.
Was I talking to this weekend? Oh, Vivian. And she's like, we should be a Pokestop.
Yes.
We
And
should
I said,
apply for that.
Somebody else said that too.
There's a gym across the street, and so I think we should definitely have there's a gym.
I think
with
you
our
can.
little Pokemon in the window.
I think you can request it.
That would be so fun.
We totally should.
We should totally do that because I haven't played in a while. Pokemon Go, for those of you who
Pokemon
are
Go,
not
it's an
aware.
app on
Your phone.
Yeah, on your phone.
It's very addictive. I haven't played for a while, which is probably a good thing. But if we were a Pokestop, I would be able to catch up.
Oh, there's
There
a
you
long
go.
way to
Oh
go.
There you
my
go.
gosh.
Yeah.
That would be really
I've
fun.
played
We should do
for
that.
years off and on. Like, sometimes I get frustrated with it because I can't catch an Articuno.
Which one is that?
That's the blue bird.
Oh, I have like 5 of them. You want
Can you
one?
trade? Can you trade?
Yes, I want one.
Okay.
I literally was in like 17 raids. Anyway, this is not a Pokemon podcast. This is a knitting podcast.
Or an Animal Crossing podcast.
Sometimes it's an Animal Crossing podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, we have to talk later about. I tried to give you a pool.
I know, you did try to give me a pool, and I have to figure out why we're not friends. I think I need to visit your island. This is the thing. I'm the intersection, apparently. Well, no, you also play Animal
I
Crossing.
do,
Yeah,
but not
mostly
since,
your kids, right?
Not since
Mostly.
Teddy's been born, because I was a Sunday
just
morning
takes too
Animal
long.
Crossing player.
Yeah, those turnips. Right? Do you buy your turnips?
Oh no!
Jean and I are all
I
about the
mean-
turnips now. Oh, this is so funny. And my mom and my sisters were over one day, and it must have been, it was a Saturday, so it was the
we were
last day you
having-
could sell your turnips before they would rot.
Yeah.
And one of the alarms on my phone went off, and I said, oh crap, I've got to check on the turnips.
I've gotta
And my
sell my
mother's
turnips.
like, oh yeah, I've got to sell my turnips. My mom's like,
What?
you're selling turnips? I'll buy your turnips. Because my mother loves turnips. Having no idea.
real
I'm like,
turnip.
Mom, they're virtual turnips. They're not real turnips.
It was such a.
It's,
oh my
it's
gosh,
the
it's so good.
stock market, STALK market,
Yes.
for those of you who are not well versed in Animal Crossing.
Yes. And similar to the stock market, if you're an occasional player, just don't buy.
Yeah,
Because it will
exactly.
never
You
turn
need
out
to be,
well.
yeah, you
Unless
need to be a
you
dedicated
need-
player.
Unless you need to complete your Bugopedia, because
Yes.
rotten
The
turnips
ants.
are how you're going to get ants
Ants
and flies.
Well,
Yep.
that was the problem with. Well, I don't know if it was a problem. It was an interesting circumstance of our Animal Crossing because I have a lot of kids, and we all had on Animal Crossing. You have one island for your
Yeah.
whole household.
And I think
One
you can
island
only
per switch.
have a maximum of 3 players, right? Or can you have more
No,
than 3?
you can have more than
Oh, you can have
three.
as many. All right,
you
so
can have
we
as many as we have
have
7
3.
players on
Wow.
our Switch.
So you only have like 3 other characters or
No,
something?
we have all the other characters
Wow.
and a lot of houses on our island.
Oh my god, your island must be so
but
crowded.
you get 7 bottles.
And disorganized, and everybody has like it's like an agreement. You have your yard and your
yeah,
space,
that's where you can make your mask,
and
right?
that's where you can do whatever you want,
Uh-huh.
and you are not to touch anybody else's stuff. So Eric loved the bugs that came to the turnips because he could always get it. So
Yeah.
he had turnips in his yard that were
I
rotten.
have turnips on the beach outside my house. My house is in Florida in the game. We identify everything by where it would be relative to the
Oh.
U.S. So our main beach is in
Bottom
California. No
corner.
one lives over in California. That's,
That's where I
It's-
live.
It's
on my
so
island.
much fun.
I live
Southern California.
kind of mid-Atlantic,
Uh-huh.
according to that.
Jean lives mid-Atlantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Haley lives in Maine.
Yeah.
Though Haley doesn't really play anymore. I play
Yeah, I know.
as
I
Haley
had
sometimes.
when we got it for Mother's Day 2020.
That's right. And
Yes.
and
And so-
I really was gonna play it a lot, and then Haley kind of
And then
got
I
really
took
obsessed.
over for the first like 2 weeks, and
'Cause I was
haven't
busy with
touched it
something
since
else.
then.
Yeah.
But your island looks so pretty, and it's impossible for our island to look that nice
Well,
because we have too many.
it's a democracy
on
Too
my
many
island.
people.
My
Yes,
island
it's a
looks
democracy.
pretty because I stole my husband's Switch and started playing, because he doesn't play, and started playing on his island.
And sending yourself stuff.
And
Or...
well, I didn't even send myself stuff. I started from scratch on his island. I actually
I
bought
would
another edition of the game because I could not handle. It was like my at the time 6-year-old and at the time 11-year-old. The 11-year-old didn't play so much, but my younger son played, and it looked like the contents of his brain, right?
Yes.
And there was like stuff dropped everywhere, random fruit trees planted at a whim, like
Holes that aren't filled up.
holes not filled up, like
We have
The
parts of our
flowers
island
everywhere.
where that's allowed to happen, but a lot of
And
our island's
I
pretty.
was like,
No,
I
that's
can't.
exactly what mine looks like times 7.
I was like, I want a 5-star island. I want to get KK. I want to get the golden watering can.
we have been demoted to a 4-star island because of all our rotten turnips and things.
Yeah, but once you pick that up, you're fine.
I know.
But like, I was like, I cannot handle
Yeah.
dealing with the contents of my 6-year-old's brain on a screen, because I was like, can I please just like pick the cherries and sell them for you? And he's like, no, that's my precious. And I was like, oh my god, this is a trash island. And then he got mad that I hit 5 stars before he did, and I was like, maybe pick up your stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
Gene, my husband plays too. I'm kind of the main player on our island now, but he plays a lot. And actually, I was thinking as we were coming here this morning, when we were recording last week, we knew we needed to pick Gene up from the hospital.
Yes.
He had his knee replacement,
Yay.
which he keeps calling a knee transplant.
Oh.
Oh, bless him.
It was not.
He used to work in a transplant department at Mount Sinai, actually, years ago, doing their web stuff. But, but yeah, not a knee transplant. We've said he should get a tattoo, like making it look like it really is a knee transplant, like lines, like Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. We are so sick sometimes.
Oh my god,
But anyway,
I love that.
he's got a lot of time because he's doing rehab for.
recovering.
He
Yeah.
can't go back to work for 6 weeks, and he's
Yeah.
now 2 weeks into it. And yeah, but it's so hard to believe. In 2 weeks, like we were, how is he going to be? He stopped using the walker in about 3 days. Stopped
Yep.
using the cane after about 6 days.
That's
He's
so good.
walking around the park.
free
walking
range
the free range Gene.
He's walking around the park. That's awesome.
He is doing
I'm
so well.
independently, like we were like, just don't fall over.
Right.
Call us if
I'm
you
not
need us
even
to pick
worried
you up.
anymore, though.
That's
I don't know.
great.
I'm
It's
worried that
amazing.
Anna might like
Yeah,
tuck him until
mostly-
a couple, but
Mostly he's
can-
gone with
he's
the dog,
fine.
though. But does he walk her or do you walk her?
he takes her sometimes.
Wow. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which I'm really relieved because that was like of all the list of things that Jean did at home that someone else needed to do, the only one I didn't want to do was walk the dog at midnight before we went to bed. That's the only one.
Well,
I'm
I
like, I will
handled
do
that
any.
well.
You did,
Or
and
when he was
then a week ago, Haley had all 4 of her wisdom teeth
Yes.
out, and looked like a little potato.
I did. Just a little
potato
chipmunk.
face.
For
I
days,
look
for
like a
many
chipmunk.
days.
I'm surprised I'm okay because like now because I was miserable like
She was
72 hours ago
very
still.
sad. She was very sad, little
And
potato.
I'm so
Not
surprised. I feel bad because I was like, it's not that bad.
Well, it depends. It depends on your experience. I mean, it took the 2 teeth came out really easily. 2
The
took
right
like
side was fine.
an hour.
Did they have to like?
the left side? I could hear it. I was only
No,
on
no,
laughing
no,
gas,
no.
and then
Yeah,
it
let's
was
not talk about it. Yeah,
awful. It was awful.
But it's so funny. My brother's, we were saying what was going on. My brother's texting. He's like, "Don't worry, I took the 5th Avenue bus home after I had 3 of them pulled out." And Haley's like, "They don't let you do that anymore."
They make you bring someone to
Who will drive you
home.
They're not going to be like, let's pump you full of the good drugs.
Everyone
like,
has-
send you out on public transportation.
Everyone
Have
has
fun.
a different experience, so we're really glad that finally, after a
I'm
week,
okay
Haley's
now.
like back to being Haley.
I'm shocked he didn't wind up in like, Florida at that point.
I know, right?
You're like hopping up. I'm like, oh sure, I'll get on the bus. Yeah, why not? Where
I
are
know.
we going?
And that's like so him though, like that he probably didn't even tell my parents where he was going. He's like, I'll get myself home.
That'll be fine.
Whatever.
So we should also
Yeah, we should
just
actually get
say
into
that
the
like
yarn stuff.
clearly we digress.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
If you
That-
can't tell by now.
It's sort of our unofficial subtitle,
But that's why you
Which
have a
maybe we
fast
should
forward
make.
button if you need to.
which
I
maybe
might
we
put
should
a
make
chunk of that at
official.
the end.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's
Yes.
a really good
Actually,
idea.
yeah,
That's
well,
a great
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
So if
'Cause
we're
the
gonna
challenge
do
is at
that,
the end.
can I
Yeah.
make one more observation?
Sure.
It is so interesting, like some of the things that Animal Crossing brings out. So I was saying Gene has a lot of time at home now. So we have such different strategies for things. When we do the stock market, He spends $1 million bells. He buys everything. He sells them the first time he makes a profit.
Really?
He does.
Well, wait.
He doesn't wait.
There's an algorithm that you can track what the prices are.
I know.
People say that about the real stock market too.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's so interesting. It's like it is definitely different in our approach to things like that too. Where I basically, when it starts going up, I sell like 25% of what I've got to make some profit. Then it goes up again. I sell maybe another 20%. I kind of do it incrementally. I am making more money than him. So there. Definitely. Though I did sell too early. The one week, one day, one of my turnips went to like $5.37, and I had just sold the rest of them at like $300 right before that. But you know, whatever. It's just turnips.
It's virtual turnips.
It's virtual. It's virtual. It's bells. It's virtual money.
It's a good lesson for the world. Like, this is just play.
Yeah,
They're not. It's not real life. No matter how worked up you get about whether or not you get that dang blue rose.
Yeah, but in stock market or gambling or
Yay.
anything, you have to be okay
With
losing it. Yeah.
Well, with either losing it or saying, I could have won more, but I'm up.
But
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
I made the
that's
best
the other
decision
thing.
with the information I had at the time.
Yeah.
All right.
So I usually get to the point where I've at least broken even. Like even if I sell them for $35 each, I've broken even, and then I hold them. And it's so funny because every time he's like, "Did you sell the rest of your turnips yet?" And I'm like, "Nope." Did you sell the rest of your turnips yet? Nope.
I'm gonna drive you crazy by not doing it.
Yeah.
And I did last week. Like I didn't make as much as I could have, but if they'd gone up to 500, I would have made a lot. So there you go. Right.
It's so cute. Every day when the price changes, they text each other like,
Turnip
"This is the new
60s.
turnip report."
Like, well, it's funny. He texted me at about 1:00 yesterday afternoon, and I thought for sure it was going to be the price of turnips in the afternoon, and no, it was something actually important.
That just the turnip report just reminds me of was it the Octonauts where where they're like, creature report, turnip report, and there's a talking turnip or like one of their little pets in Octonauts is like a carrot, and the other one I think might be a turnip.
Oh.
Anyway,
Cute.
clearly this is where my mind